Go. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, look at those arrows. Oh, those arrows are so good. Oh, just filter into them like nobody's even there. Hey, I'm FeedBackGaming. Once upon a time, in mid-June 2016, I loaded up a brand new game. It was a game where you played as a World War II country and you veered through the world, try restore order to the chaos. This video is the origin story of the very first game of Hearts of Iron 4 that I played. The question is, what nation do you think I played? What nation do you think I played as my very first nation? What do you think you selected? You an idea? You got a clue? You got a guess? Comment below. I bet you're dying with tension right now. You're desperate. You want to find out. You want to know what's... And it's Portugal. AKA Tungsten Land. I'm going to try and recreate the first game I ever played of Hoi 4. And I do remember being in the title screen for a very long time thinking to myself, how do I export this stuff? How do I do a trade deal with France to get my tungsten? I couldn't figure it out. If I recall correctly, I just built up a big army. I waited for the Spanish Civil War to end, and then I just took out the whole entirety of Spain. And at that point, I couldn't quite figure out what was going around the world. And that was pretty much the end of the game. Let's try and recreate my classic strategy and then see if we can add more to it. So not only will this be a nostalgic adventure for you guys and for me to go back to Portugal, but it'll also be an excuse to show like how to play a minor nation and just make do with what little you've got. So first of all, check what nation has and see if you've got a lot of it. In this case, we have an absolute crap ton of the tungsten. We have a tiny little bit of rubber in our overseas colonies in Africa, but that's it. The downside of only having tungsten is most things that require tungsten also require steel, such as artillery, anti-tank, SPGs. So regardless, we're going to have to import a lot of steel. We start off with 2 military factories and 10 civilian factories and 2 naval dockyards. So if you don't know what to build into, you should always start with civilian factories, because civilian factories will help construct all your other buildings. So we'll go here, here, and here. These are in the order of how much has got the most infrastructure. Therefore, these will build the quickest. Air Force, some bombers. That's all we have. Navy, some subs, and some destroyers. We'll merge those up. We have 150 convoys. Now, that is a lot of convoys for a minor nation, so we don't need to focus on convoys. More than likely, probably just a handful of submarines. Because submarines are so effective at the moment, convoy riding is so brutally OP, it would be dumb of me not to make a ton of subs. There we go. Select all the guys, pop them here, and we'll select our single general. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to rush the Civil War. Put everything on our guns, with electronics, and construction, and hand tools. Good, good. And we'll go for political effort to get some political power and progress down our focus tree. One of the issues you have with Portugal is you don't have a lot of manpower. Alternatively, you have got Angola with 3 billion, and you have got Mozambique with 4 million. Not bad, but not amazing. Now, I can hear you guys. I know. There's someone in the comments typing this right now, screeching, saying, China manpower, China manpower. Yes, that's right. There is a lot of manpower in China. Well done. But not this video. All right, I've changed my mind. We're deleting the entirety of the army apart from this one division. And then go for this guy. Ooh, artillery and engineers. Wow. Right, political effort is done. And we're going to go for the demagogue. And we're going to go for collective ethos. Mechanical computing, we want to rush research. We want to catch up with the rest of the world. Because remember, you're a minor power. So you're always going to be playing catch up until mid to late game when you've done a few conquests. We have got ambitions to grow big and strong, so disperse. Going for internationalist focus. We're going to slap on an extra battalion of infantry as well for the big division. So we're focusing on the growth of the nation to begin with, catching up on research, catching up on industry, and then go from there. Second advisor we're going to go for is silent workhorse. The earlier you go for that guy, the better. That way you get more political power. When you've got enough political support, go for prepare. And then we need to expand civil support until we drop the stability low enough. At the moment, we've got quite high stability, which sucks to lose that. But the method of doing a referendum just takes way too long. Right, we're going to go for naval effort. Okay, next one, more civil support. We're going to go for dispersed industry now. We're also going to rush for computing machine. Okay, now we're progressing on our dispersed industry 2. We can go for the industrial effort to get the boost for dispersed industry 3. Now we are below 60% stability. Fire a raid, 47%, below 50%. And now you can ignite, well, when you get 50 political power anyway. Need to delete this division before you ignite the Civil War, because otherwise that one division will go to the opposing side, because that's the way the Civil Wars work at the moment. And off we go. Oh wow, just the north. Nice. Okay, you know what? Boom, we'll just train a few divisions. Usually I go with 1 division and battalion, just because you can train it very quickly, but this will do. Also be aware that when you do fire the Civil War, whatever was currently in your construction queue will be erased. So if you're about to finish a factory, my advice is just wait a little while for that factory to finish. 20%? Don't mind if I do. You have to spam right-click a few times because for some reason after you've deployed a division, it seems to ignore the orders for the first, I don't know, day. There we go. And we now are done. Delete all divisions aside from one. Exercise, go back to the big fat division. And we'll railroad him to plains because there's less attrition. Right, we need to import steel. And we'll get that from our neighbor. That way we're not using convoys. Greater Portugal. We've become greater than we once was from a year ago. If you want to see me play more minor nations, you might like this video, or this video, or this video. Click on the eye in the top right now. There's two things you can do right now to get a lot of manpower, and trust me, you will need it. First of all, we're on volunteer only. That can be improved. We can also get militarism and military youth. But now, we're going to work on industry, infrastructure, and research slots. All things that can improve our nation. The good news, too, is we are over 50% war support. It means we can jump onto war economy when we've got 150 PP. It might not come as much as a surprise, but we're going for superior firepower. Artillery, infantry. Why? Because we have tons of tungsten, so we're going to make lots and lots of artillery. All right, so how many of these divisions can I make? We can make about 9, so we'll have 10 divisions as a whole. Okay. Ideally, we want to go for a 2-7, which is this. Not perfect, though, because we don't want engineers on. Ideally, I like to replace that with AA. So what I'll do, pop that here and here. And for the most part, we need way more artillery. So we'll have 2 there, 1 here, and the rest will filter into weapons. The 1 division trick requires 1 division in the field and no divisions training. Right now, we are currently gaining 0.059 per day. If I train a bunch of divisions, that amount drops down to 0.003. Because these divisions in training are classed as your overall army size. So technically, these aren't training. Even though technically they are. But regardless, you get no XP. Okay, we're going to rush disperse industry 3 now. All right, we've got 10 XP now. We can replace the engineer with AA. This looks to me like a pretty brief civil war, so I think I'm going to go for armor effort. And I think we're going to build some military factories. 1 in our capital, probably 2 as well. Get this 1 division. Now we can just let it sit here, and then we could train another 9 divisions. It's good, so we'll have a total of 10 divisions. Now, 10 divisions is great to make pushes and push the front line, because this division has a lot of soft attack, so its offensive capabilities is pretty good. But we'll also need another division just to hold the front line, and I think probably the horse might be okay. Or we could just pump out a lot of these smaller divisions and just have them hold the front line. Regardless, we just need something to hold the front line. That's all we need right now. Deploy those divisions early, slap it onto this general. We'll hire a temporary field marshal. I'm not even joking. This guy is going to be very temporary. Look how happy he is now he's been made field marshal. That is a happy chappy. Oh my goodness, they get an artillery expert. Going to work down the artillery tree now. Meanwhile, in the east, China. Attaché. There we go. Going to go for limited conscription. Going to train a bunch of more divisions. The ones that are just going to hold the front line. We'll train 12 of those. And we'll get them all ready. Well, dispersed industry 3 finished. Now we can focus on some raw guns just to give ourselves enough firepower in a conflict. Gonna go for free trade. Ideally, it would be better to go for this earlier. We'll still be able to use it anyway. So right now, research-wise, working on firepower, working on soft attack with encryption, decryption, and soft attack from artillery. All about the firepower. And we've built enough military factories now to sustain ourselves, so we're just going to build a ton of civilians. Ideally build 1 there. Go for the next one is going to be the one in Lisbon because they have a higher infrastructure, and then go for the others. We now work on our doctrines because we've got a boost. Now we can work on improved artillery, and now we can justify on Spain. I'm going to grab these guys and pop them just about here. You can already see where I'm going with this, right? Got 25 divisions that are all the lesser ones, and these can be just slapped on the front line in force. Also hire a new general. He'll do just fine. And we'll exercise just a tiny little bit to hopefully get him to level 2. 3 is optimal, but we'll settle with what we've got. Preferably 2, just 4 combat worth is way too little. It's just too little firepower, so we'll just add on 1 extra battalion. Gonna go for militarism just to get the extra manpower. Okay, I'm gonna import a chunk of oil from America. I just want to fill up my reserves. I want to be near max fuel capacity for when the war does start. And if we fill up all our supply, that will be perfect. There we go. And now they are all level 3. Do you know what? Let's go 1 step beyond. Here we go. I'm also going to slap artillery on. I'm also going to slap an extra infantry. Now, these guys now are quite robust to hold the front line, and I'm pretty confident they will be able to hold pretty well. We're also going to go for the infantry expert because it gives 15% defense. Okay, I'm going to go for the bonuses now for secret weapons. Oops, I had the wrong one on. I didn't want AI, I wanted artillery. Whoops. There we go, that's better. And while we're at it, artillery expert. There we go. And the justification is complete. We declare and nothing happens. In that case, let's just go. Probably a good idea if we manually move about here. Whoa! A naval invasion. Did not see that coming. Let's go convoy raiding. Oh, and we just got them. Nice. Are they just going to run away? They are going to run away. That's cool. Let them land. Oh, actually, no. Actually, now I think about it, we've got time just to delay them for a second and just move over to this tile. There we go. They can have one of our pieces of land. It's okay. You know what? You can have it. You can have it. It's yours. And right now, it does look like we've got a break in the north, so we'll go for it. Got them. Don't know why. There's a lot of troops missing from the border. I imagine they're probably on the border with France. I'm taking a guess. I can't think of an explanation why they would be anywhere else. Little opportunities here for little encirclements, like here and here. Just don't let them escape. Yeah, I've pushed this back a little bit in the south, but I can sustain it because our divisions are pretty girthy and they can hold pretty well. All right, we are going to push with you guys, be aggressive. Now we've got the boosts for electronics, improved computer machine. Made a little bit of break in the center here, but we can patch this one up. Gonna make sure we're in the right spots, and there we go. Voila. Right, I'm going to make a push directly through the center here to Madrid. For you guys to push immediately. These little encirclements are important because it thins out their front line. Doesn't seem like that much, but it will make a big effort. Right now we have 0 steel, so we need to get some of that from France. Right, we're not breaking any pushes here. Oh, we've taken Madrid though. Oh, nice. We've got all those factories. So many factories. That's really good. Between 11 and 17 divisions? What happened, Spain? We've got an extra research slot, and we're going to go for trade interdiction. We'll use the 100 naval XP to rish it. Better guns now. What is this mess? What is this? Run out of fuel. So need to get a little bit from America. That'll keep us going. A little bit more artillery. A little bit more AA. And rest into gun. Got the option for some more doctrines as well. So I recommend you take that. This is a situation where you can just kind of outflank the AI. By making tiny little pushes. You know what? I've really got to give this to the AI. With 10 divisions, they sure are making the most of what little they have. There we go. Oof, that was really messy. And I'll admit, I made a damn few load of mistakes with that. One of the reasons why the Spain was so weak is because they had a bunch of divisions that they got for free for the Spanish Civil War. But when the Spanish Civil War ends, they lose all those free divisions. So they're just left with their regular divisions, which in that case is only about 20 of them. All right, this is my production layout at the moment. I'm pumping subs, pumping artillery, pumping AA, and regular guns. And pop them on the border of France. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but both armies, weak infantry, artillery infantry, both on aggressive. Join faction, call to arms, go. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, look at those arrows. Oh, those arrows are so good. Oh, just filter into them like nobody's even there. Oh, and send us guns as well. Yeah, I'll accept that. Oh, wait. Gibraltar. Oops. We have reserves, right? Always have reserves. Don't do what the French did. Always have reserves. Don't be French. That's the lesson for today. It sucks to say this, but at this situation, I kind of want to keep bashing my head against the front line to cause myself lots of casualties because I want to get as more war participation as possible. Oh my god, they've abandoned the Maginot Line. Push. Mark II. Oh! We got more land from France than Italy did. Oh god, how triggered are you, Italy? How triggered are you? Horses. 18. 22 horses. Do you know what? I love my horses so much. We're making so many of them. Oh, thank you very much, Germany. Thank you very much. And how did you take this? This was mine anyway. Oh, boy. I'll just take all of this instead. Oh, man. I don't understand how this game works. But you know what? I'll accept it. You know? I'll accept it. You know what? You can suppress all that glorious land. It's mine now. All right, let's get the British out of Gibraltar. This is my land now, boys. Mine. That is a Portugal to be proud of. You're probably thinking, what about your colonies, Dave? Yeah, I don't care about the colonies. Oh my goodness, I've got so many military factories. I've got so many, I don't even know what to do with them anymore. Alright, I'm making military factories right now. That's such a bad idea. I need civvies. We're also going to go for extensive too. As I said to you, manpower, Portugal. Those two do not mix. Alright, we're going to pump out more subs. Pop them into the special theatre. And for the time being, I think we'll just bring them all back to base. Our boy has become a sea wolf and a blockade runner. Silent Hunter, just because we've not got that many subs and we don't want to lose them. And we have the option to either... Actually, no. It is time to blockade the UK. We need to split this into 3. The blockade has begun. Okay, we are going to note now is go down our trade interdiction because we need to get detection as well as Rating efficiency for our subs. Then pop them here. Close air support, air superiority, and naval strike. Hang on a second. I've just spotted something. There's no ships in the English Channel. Oh my goodness. Is this an opportunity of a lifetime? And then go. Oh my god. Are they going to intercept us? Are they... Okay. 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 Damn, that was way too easy. Now we've secured London. We're in a position where we control so many factories. Oh my god, factories. Do I really even want more factories? I've got 106 military factories. This is actually more than I can even consume. I have no idea what the British Navy is doing. I have never seen anything like this before. Why are they putting not a single ship in the English Channel? Oh god. Maybe this is like a double bluff. Maybe they take me out when I least expect it. Okay. Okay, a bunch of Axis troops are actually pushing him back. That's really lucky because I had to train some emergency divisions for that. Oof, kind of tense. I think we can go aggressive now. We've broken their front lines. We've encircled a bunch of divisions. We can just break them now where their back is cracked. Okay, so Britain got the most of the war score, and they've eaten Poland. France is always going to go to France. Vichy France. Oh, you know what would be really cool? Is if I connected my South African colonies. There you go. Now they're connected. Oh, in fact, just take all the rest, actually. There you go. For pretty border perspective reasons, there you go. A nice centralized African colony. There we go. Peace conference. Done. To summarize, we have puppeted Britain and Canada, unified Southern Africa. We've unified our colony here by merging it with Sri Lanka and Southern India. I have the option, seeing as I'm a nation that doesn't have a focus tree, to change ideology willy-nilly. If we want to go through with this, the only opportunity we're going to get is a very, very tight window when the Germans decide to push east. And we need to be ready. Also, I think it's time to up the divisions and make them a little bit more well-rounded. I think we'll try to go for 40 width. We'll also resume our attaché to send all of our older equipment, all of it, to the Soviet Union. It's time to hire the revolutionary. Working on improving our anti-air because we're not going to go for an air force. Reconnaissance to get the extra damage. Making our navy really strong with the best subs, better subs. I'm going to get logistics by going for motorized first. Get the best sub. All the best tubes. Most damage we can fit on there. Squeeze it all in. Disband the rest. Prepare civil war. Expand civil support. Open political discourse. And we'll discredit government when we get the chance. Max infrastructure in capital, regions, and also get a max naval dockyard so we get max supply everywhere. Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, the Soviets are doing okay, I guess. I should hope so with the amount of guns I've sent them. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, why don't we have a referendum to leave the Axis? What could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? Hey, Bento! Maximalist Portugal. Just see my stability, 9%. Ooh. This is something I don't usually pay much attention to, but currently, 36 of our civilian factories are being used through imports. And we're getting back 43, 13 is from the puppets. So 56 we're getting back from trade. There are other benefits of free trade, but if you're getting more back than what you're putting in elsewhere, I feel like it's a win-win situation. Damn, Axe is doing so well. Pushing eastward. And also pushing eastward. Right, here we go. Divisions ready. Troops here. Troops here. Polygon communists. Germany, I love you, but goodbye. Now I must join the Comintern. Would have been nice to have troops on that front line, wouldn't it, Dave? A little recap on research. I'm running out things to research. So tanks, excavation, extra soft attack, engineers, bonuses that I'll never use. Okay, we're going in the Navy. Split off those babies. And do the convoy raid. Actually, probably something like this. That way we can cut off all the supplies from the rest of the UK that they control. We've got a little air force, but it's pretty much a token air force because we can't really do that much with it. And the push has begun. Pushing through the Pyrenees, getting through the mountain range, the hardest part. France has... Oh, whoa! France has got a lot of divisions. Okay, that's more than I expected. If we can get like a few tiles over the river line here, that would be ideal because that'd be a nice launching location to counterattack. I think we'll stop the push for now because we have captured enough land to stage another push. We lost off our planning bonus, so if we can just sit tight for a little while, we'll be in a good situation. We've not forgotten about you, Gibraltar. Get out of here. Got him. Counterattack. Failed miserably. We're having supply problems. Okay. Get on that immediately. Meanwhile, in Africa, I don't want to move. No, I seriously don't want to move, because if I move, there's going to be gaps in the front line. And the front lines are so large. Curious to see the air power. Oh my goodness, look, per day we're shooting down at least an average of 50 close air support. So eventually what will happen now is they'll eventually burn out. And that might explain why they're slowly creeping back on us. So it is a bit of a waiting game here. I just need to sit here and let them grind through all the close air support. In the last 12 months, they've almost lost, well, just over 2,000 fighters and bombers. I don't really want to have to deal with naval invasions. So what I'm going to do is put a single fleet here. And this will add a bit of naval supremacy to prevent these little annoying naval invasions. I've just spotted that my stability is 0. Well, I'll give it to them. Close air support spam. It works. Costly. But it works. Supply in the UK is abysmal. 3, 1, 5. I don't know why it's 21 now. They're doing quite well there. 1. So that's pretty good. I might at some point bring the UK into this because they have a lot of ships. And that would be particularly handy to knock out Germany's navy. This has got to be the worst general I have ever seen. 1 attack, 6 defense, 4 planning, 2 logistics. You suck. Damn, at sea. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, the awful general with 1 attack has rolled adaptable. I'll take it anyway. I wouldn't usually bother about holding on to Africa, but we have a lot of chromium here, so I need that for my sub-production. Right, now we're going to slowly tease the front line by pushing a few troops over in each individual section. Like this, like this. And we can break them down one at a time to get over the river line. I don't want to launch a battle plan behind a river line. There we go, another push, and another push, and another one. Everyone over the river line is going to be ideal. They've lost a total of 6,400 close air support. Jeez. 2,000 bombers in the last 12 months. Oh my god, I've just gone on years. Over the last 5 years, they've lost 12,500. Oh, looks like the AI is pushing us. Let them burn out. They're done. Yes, counterattack. Here we go. Always good to get them on a counterattack, because they'll be de-orged. Managed to get a small encirclement. Oh, I say small. 20 troops in reserve, 3 in combat. Don't mind if I do. Like them all. Assist attack. Get rid. Didn't look like much, but that was actually a decent encirclement. Okay, we've lost momentum again, so we're just going to stop. Hold ground. Get everyone into position. Railroad, planning bonus. And then take 2. We've run out of manpower, so it's time for all adults. So, it sucks at this part of the game. It's really difficult to get encirclement. So let's just try something funky. I see there's a possibility of this tile getting encircled. So what I'm going to do is push you here and then here. You can move forward too to go here and here. And then you guys, apart from one, will assist and push through. So this is how it looks. I'm not going to bother pinning because then when you're pinning, you end up kind of like sometimes pushing them back. Because at the moment, these divisions aren't very strong. So this should push in 2 areas. This guy is trying to move back to here. Could retreat to here. And it looks like we're going to get 1 division. 1. Well, we made some ground. I think we should be happy about that, shouldn't we? And we'll start our attack plan as well. Opportunity to break here. We're going to push over the plains and hopefully over the big river. We don't want to sit behind the big river because that attack penalty in that area is very brutal. And as it looks right now, we can probably just sit for a little while. No, I actually tell a lie. I actually need to keep going because this northern front here is very weak. There's a lack of troops on it. If I keep the momentum up here, I'll be able to make some seriously good gain. Little opportunity for encirclement. 4 divisions, I'll take that. I think we've lost momentum now because I can't see any areas where we're pushing and being successful. So I'm going to hit H to stop the plans. And then as they move around, I'll do Control B to railroad to the front line so they can get there fast and start building planning bonus again. Alright, we're in a good spot now. Estimated plant value, 50%. Go! France has just shy of 200 divisions, so that means they're going to lose a lot if they capitulate. That'll make a big gap in divisions on the Western Front, which should hopefully help out the Soviets. Hey, how many casualties, Dave? They've lost 16 million, the Soviets. I've lost 500,000. Germans have lost 8 million, so they're all taking a beating. What's this? Paris is unoccupied. I'll just walk it. Oh, never mind. There we go. And just snipe Calais. Is that enough? France, rip. That's massive. That is massive. Might be a possibility of an encirclement. So what I'm going to try and do is put them on aggressive, reactivate the orders, and try and push this side and push this side. And we might be able to... Actually, no. I tell a lie. We've managed to make encirclement. Doesn't seem like much, but there might be at least 20, maybe 30 divisions here. Here, there's 10. And this one, there is 7. Definitely worth it. Overrun. So, the adaptable general, which is the best for mountains. He can ignore some of the mountain penalties. He's got good defense. He's going to go in the Alps. Now, everyone else is going to go here. This general says he can do it, so let's do it. Oh, yeah. And the guy above, the field marshal. Oh, yeah. Push him back. The breakthrough in the Alps has been splendid. 1 attack guy. Well, it's 2 attack now. You have redeemed yourself. Congrats. Breakthrough in the north. I'm going to concentrate on Italy to knock them out of the war first. Then I'll turn around and start pushing into Germany some more to end them. It looks like Germany's beaten them bad, but they still have 100% war support, so they'll fight until they've lost, like, maybe Vienna or Munich. If you want an idea what endgame looks like, you have a lot of free research slots. You research stuff you wouldn't really usually care about, such as Night Vision 2, which is 1946 tech, and nukes that I probably won't have time to make anyway. You end up with a massive queue of repairs that, for the most part, is very tedious to click through them, so you just don't bother. Unless you're having supply problems, which I won't be, because I've got Logistics Wizard, and because I've got a max out logistics company, so supply is not something that I worry about, thank goodness, because supply is a nightmare. Regarding production, I don't know, you always seem to phase into mass artillery, and then also modern tanks. Once again, making modern tanks, probably won't even have time to use them, but I'll tech into them anyway. And then, when it comes down to importing, I'm going to just suck all the steel from my puppets, and a bit of chromium from Turkey. Alright, let's end Italy. Get out of here. Get out of here, Italy. Alright, let's end this. Maybe this will be the final push. I don't even know anymore. Just need to knock out Stuttgart, and then that's it. Literally fight to every major city falls. Rip! And the Eastern Front now consists of just Romania. One more push to take out Romania. The end, due to the insane casualties, had way more war participation. All hail the glorious Portuguese Empire. Come on, all adults serve. My ability to wage war right now is severely diminished. Oh, look, a Comintern Afro-Euro-Asia. Beautiful. If I was to leave the Comintern, we can see what I control now. Look at this, Africa. Whoa! That is beautiful. Alright, I burnt 7-8 hours on this. I feel like we've reached the point where I have got late game fatigue, and it's not going to go away. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. If you loved this, ring the bell. And don't forget, if you don't hit the bell, your subscription means nothing. Have an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. We just left the Comintern, and they instantly ask for us back. Please, no, don't leave.